welcome to the Q&A session. I want to give shout outs to the following people once this thing loads for me. Is it going to load or is it just going to stare at me in the face? Hi Wise, how are you doing? Just waiting for more people to come in so we could start talking about it. You want New Dawn? Alright. Yeah, it is. Alright. So I do want to give a shout out to the Banana Buddy, the Great Nerik, and Alice330. Thank you so much for following me on Twitch. So whenever you guys want to start asking questions, I'm ready for it. So, yeah. I'll go ahead and start, I guess. I will say that, I don't know, as much as hype as it was to figure out who Archer was, I can't help but feel a bit disappointed. And the reason why I say this is because I guess maybe I should realize that Fate Stay Night isn't about any other character but Shiro. Like, maybe I was a bit expecting a bit too much to learn more about Rin. But I guess that's fine for what it is. I suppose not. It's pretty hype, but yeah, like I said, it's just like I said, I don't know what I was expecting. I guess maybe because it's in Shiro's point of view that, you know, of course it's going to be in the POV of the main, or if the story really is just going to be about him, you know? But, let's talk about, because I guess maybe, like I said, I was maybe expecting a bit too much. Let's see. Things got a bit crazy on my end because, last minute holiday plans started coming up, so I didn't get much time to I didn't get a chance to write down the notes like I wanted to write about, to talk about, and all this and that. While Fate is about the introduction of the world and the cast, UBW is Emiya's story. You resonate a lot with Emiya, so you love the route. No, that makes sense. I can resonate with him, but I also kind of feel like, I don't know, like even then it didn't really feel like it was Emiya's story all that much, just more like Emiya's in a bad mood. And he's like, I'm gonna take it out on Shiro, and it wasn't really until near the end where I kind of felt like, okay, now this is his issue. I mean, and I get it, because it is Shiro in another form, in another timeline, and that's the whole point of the mystery. You know, I'm fine with that. But I think, too, like, another part of the... Like I said, I think another issue, too, I had is that, like... I guess maybe... I think my biggest issue with this is just that, you know, like, we're already 2/3 of the story in, and I just feel like maybe Emiya, I don't know, like, I can't really put my finger on it, even after I've been doing a lot of, thinking and swaying, and so, because really it's hard to pinpoint it, like to really pinpoint my issues without taking more time to think about it. But I think the overall problems that I've been kind of feeling for is probably one that's probably not something that a lot of people may not like or even care about. I guess it depends who you are. But I think I'm going to take a break from the Fate series. I know I'm like on the last visual novel, on the last route rather, but maybe I'm just thinking too hard on it, and I think I need to take a step back from it. I don't know how long this is going to take. I do want to play other games on this channel, like Healthful Boyfriend and all that. So I think maybe once I'm able to step away from Fates, just kind of analyze it from another point of view without trying to judge it so harshly, because I do like the series. I do like it a lot. I like what it's trying to do. But I also kind of feel like, I don't know, like I don't feel attached to the characters as much as you guys do. Maybe I'm missing something, and maybe that's what it is. Like, I understand that all these things happen to the kids, and like I guess my issue is that like I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm glad that they were able to mirror Saber and Shiro together like that. I like that. That's cool. I like that. I appreciate that. But this one is literally all about Shiro. And I really wanted to go into this route, not really expecting more to learn. Not expecting, I guess expecting is too strong of a phrase. I guess hoping that I would get to know the characters a bit more. Not just like, I think that's probably the best way I could put it. Cause it just feels very, I guess the best way to put it is performative. Like, it feels very performative that, the first route took its time to introduce the world, to introduce Saber, to introduce themes. And I do understand that at the end of the day, Shiro is the one that has to ultimately heal. And that's why I say I want to take a step back from this series for a little bit and try to analyze it in a way where I feel like I'm not in too deep. It's not that it's hard for me to resonate with the characters. I think it's just more like I want to learn more about them. But I also feel like, oh, but wait, let's focus on Shiro's pain. Like, yes, Shiro did go through a lot of shit. But I also want to explore other aspects of this war. I also, like, we already looked at kind of like the servants aspect of it. But now I want to see what it's like for someone like Rin. Someone who was literally raised like this. Raised to essentially die for something. And there were hints of it, and I really resonated with that because I understood what it's like I understand what it's like to grow up in a family that I guess the weird way to say is that they have expectations but they really don't. And I feel that's where Rin was, and I felt like there was potential there, but then it just kind of like sideswipes and nope, it's still all about Shiro. It's still all about him. And I guess maybe that's because it's been for me, like, I've watched anime for so long that I'm used to both extremes. I'm so used to the extremes where it's either all about the main character or it's all about the side characters, and I'm just kind of hoping that maybe there's a little bit of both. And maybe that's where I get spoiled from Ryukishi. Because Ryukishi, one of his strengths, I feel like, he rounds out those characters. He introduces someone who is very, I'm not to say like he really like with Higurashi, without going into spoilers. What I like about Higurashi is that, you have someone like Keiichi who is an outsider, but he's getting accepted. He's getting accepted into this community, which is known for essentially kicking out outsiders. But he still managed to get an in, and because of that, he starts learning more. And in each route of the series, you learn more about them. You learn, what makes them tick, what, how these things happen, and why these things happen. Ryukishi makes you, the reader, understand these things. While I feel like in Fate Stay Night, I guess maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe this is all on me. That I shouldn't have expected the same thing from Nasu. Maybe I should have just expected absolutely nothing and just be like, okay, I'll just go with the flow. So I kind of feel like, and I think I determined that I just really like Rin a lot. Like, I could easily say now that she's one of my favorite characters. Like, straight up, one of my favorite characters. I can't eat, but the thing about it is, I can't explain why. I can explain why, you know, Rika is my favorite character from Higurashi. I can explain why Natsuhi from Umineko is my favorite character from Umineko. Obviously, that's a lot of spoilers, but my point being is that I can't really pinpoint on why I like the character. Like, I like Ilia. I like Ilia and I want to learn more about her. But the thing about it is that all I get after her fucking heart gets ripped out is, oh, let's allude to the fact that, you know, her parents literally had forced her to bond with the Brickfoot out in the cold. You know, let's allude to that. And, you know, that's all I get. That's it. And I'm definitely the type of person who thinks that, or I believe that if it's not in the context, or if it's not in the original story, then don't bother explaining it. Like, it's irrelevant. Like, I believe in death of an author. I don't like taking the word of God, so to speak, because of that. And I feel like I'm getting teased. You know, I'm getting teased by Rin's, you know, problems. Like, the whole thing about Rin and the fact that she balks under pressure. I want to explore that, but I can't because we gotta explore why Emiya wants to fucking kill Shiro. Oh, because he is Emiya. Okay, like the death that we got for Saber was so good in the first draft, and that's why I say like that's why. Well, I don't know what the fuck is going on. This thing is whatever. Anyways, if you guys are still here, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Cause, like I said, I do like this game, and I do like this series, and I do intend. Yeah, see, now it's working. Now it seems to be working okay. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I do like this series a lot, and I think even through my frustration with this route, like I said, I really do like Rin a lot, and I was really looking forward to learning more about her. Okay, so now that it's finally fucking working. And I guess I'll also say that, what's it called? I can't believe Shinji tried to cancel me, Ash. I'm gonna cancel him. I'm just announcing it on the Discord. But, like I said, like, the whole moment between when Rin tries to save him would have been nice. True virgin behavior, silencing the public. Anyways, I'll go ahead and start the questions now. This might end up being a shorter stream then, because I said so much. I said so much! That probably angered a lot of people. But just know that I don't, like I said, that just think that, or just know for a fact that I do like this series a lot, in spite of my frustrations. And that's why I said, like I said, I want to take a break from it for however long it takes. Because I really, really, really do want to finish this. And I really want to, you know, get into it. I do like it. In fact, I have the fucking Saber plushie. I would not like a thing if I didn't already put money towards it. You know what I mean? So I just want to do this. I want to do right by taking a step back. So, does anybody have any questions so far? Any questions? Like, I guess I could just go ahead and start talking about like the characters so far. Because I do like the fact that they, as much as I say that they didn't focus on the other characters enough, I really appreciate the focus on Medea and Kazuki. Hi Inu, is it working better now? I don't know what the hell is going on with my screen. Drop the analysis. Alright. So I'll talk about Kazuki. I'll go ahead and talk about Kazuki and Medea because they're essentially like 2 in 1 anyway. I do wish that we could have. Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah. I'm glad that they really tried to do some more depth with Medea and Kazuki, even though... Okay, so I know in the first route, she basically got killed by fucking Gilgamesh. And, you know, for all we know, Kazuki fucking died off screen or something, most likely. But it is now canon that she did kill, like, that, I guess canon. I wouldn't say canon, but it is true. I was just talking about how honestly frustrated I've gotten with this particular route, and that I'm gonna take a step back from the Fate series until I'm done with Hatoful Boyfriend, because to be honest with you, I honestly do feel like the Fate, like in the first route, Seiba, and we got to know Seiba and Shiro and how they mirror each other as master and servant. I do wish that this one kind of took more focus on Rin rather than Shiro's Problems Part 2. I understand that this is a time loop, but I don't know, like I want to attach myself to Rin and I want to attach myself to Ilya, but I can't really, just based on how little we get. And I don't think that, like, I guess what I should say, I would appreciate it more if this route was more on Rin's point of view, more so than Shiro's. Because I get it, this is Shiro's story, and I don't think the main character should be the one fixing everybody's problems. So that's why I say, like, maybe you should kind of shift over to Rin's point of view, because that would be boss. That would be good. So that's what I was kind of talking about earlier. I'll attach both videos to each other again and upload it on YouTube. So just wait for that. Yeah, going back to Kazuki and Medea. I like that they tried to flesh at least Medea out more, but I kind of want to know more about Kazuki. But I get it, there's no time. So I'm sure it is, but I want to be able to, I guess right now I just want to take a step back from it and just kind of look at it again with fresh eyes, because it isn't fair to me, and to me, the reader, and it's not fair to you guys for me to kind of feel the way I feel, like, as of right now, for for the series. Like I said, I really, really, really do like the series, and like I said, I have the Saber plushie. I'm not gonna, if I didn't like something, I wouldn't spend money on it. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just like, eh. I wanna give that a fair shake. I want to give that a fair shake, a fair chance to kind of for me to ultimately judge it. And I want to come back next time and say, hey, I was a bit too harsh. Let's, thinking about it, and after playing Heaven's Field. Yeah, and I think like I said, my problem is that ultimately it's the fact that, they say that all these terrible things happen to like Ilya and Rin, but we don't get a taste or not even a taste, we only get a taste. It's like getting a snack. It's like getting a snack of a really good bread, and you want more of the bread. You're like, hey, can I have some more bread? You're like, no. Here's some meat instead. And it's okay, and the meat's okay. It's like, like I like the meat, but I want the bread. It's like, no. Deal with it. Here's even more meat, because again, this is more about Shiro and Emiya meeting his bad end. Okay, that I get. I kind of got the picture what his bad end would have looked like in Fate. So I guess for me, I'm just like, like I kind of already figured it out on my own on that point. So, but yeah, Medea and Kuzuki. I like that they kind of fleshed them out more. But I'm probably gonna say this a lot. I wish they did. I'm kind of glad Shinji got a little bit more of a role in this one, because he is a piece of shit. Oh, this actually reminds me. I saw somebody on Twitter saying that Shinji was the worst. Oh, they were basically saying, oh man, Shinji is the worst. Who's worse than Shinji? And then they put Kyrie. And then the person responded with, who's that? I'm like, oh my god. Okay. That should tell me all I need to know. And I think another thing too is that I would have liked, I'm sure eventually I'm going to learn more about him when I do watch Fate Zero, but that's precisely my previous point too, is that I kind of feel like if I want to learn more about the characters, that I have to I shouldn't say waste, but I should say I should take up more time by watching all these other visual novels, all this anime, all these games, and I'm just like, well, why can't you just put it in one story? Like, Higurashi did that, but again, but that's not fair to Nasu, that's not fair to this team, and that's why I said I need to step back, I need to take a break, I want to look at it more objectively, and I know I'm talking purely out of emotion when I say I want to learn more about, well, not really emotion, but just more like, I guess I want to be less subjective. I think that's the right one. I think that's the right word. I'm not smart, or not that smart, or my vocabulary isn't very good. It's not very expensive. My point is, I'm too attached to these characters, and I need to kind of realize I need to detach, because at the end of the day, this is going to be in Shiro's point of view. So that's why I need to take a step back. Yeah, but Shinji, I'm glad that it's very, like I said, I really want to like this, and I do. But yeah, you understand. That's, as long as you understand, that's what matters. But anyways, so going back to my analysis, Shinji, I'm glad that Shinji got a little bit more screen time this time. Not so much, oh, I'm gonna fucking wreck up the fucking school. But that, not just wreck up the fucking school, but kind of become the meat vision guy. So it was interesting seeing him and Gil together. Obviously, Gil is Gilgamesh. And I'm just gonna come out and say it. I really like Gil. Like, I love him so much as a villain. Kyrie is fine as a villain to me, just because he's so, like... he's just so, like... I'm just gonna think of him as I want to see you up in the bar meme. Like, I'm always gonna think about that. Like, that's how I see Kyrie. It's just so stereotypical. But Gil is so much fun. He is so much fun to like, I like his aesthetic. I love the fact, I just love how fucking messy he is. Like, he's messy and he doesn't give a shit. Like, he does not give a shit. And I think to me that is funny. That is actually the most entertaining for me as far as it's concerned, because he's just so he's just so Gilgamesh. Like, he stands out like in both the worst way and the best way, and I think that's what I really love about him. Yeah, he's just extra. He's really extra, and I guess to me he's just really fucking hilarious and how fucking huge this guy's ego is. And I guess like Kyrie's almost like that, but I kind of wish that he would kind of ham it up a bit more, especially in such a series like this. So huge. Yeah, he really is. And like, and I guess what I love most too is that he's getting different outfits every fucking route. Like, I just think that he, the first one, he gets like a fluffy ass coat. This one, he's like a fucking, he's a cosplayer. He's cosplaying a schoolboy or whatever. And to me, that's just so funny. That's what stands out to me. Oh, the schoolboy outfit, definitely. I still want to kick him and take his lunch money. And honestly, I'm not a villain fucker. But god damn it, Gilgamesh, like, Jesus Christ. And again, like, I think, and I mentioned this before, that Seiki Tomokazu is it's one of my favorite, older voice actors. So for him to kind of live his best life and ham it up, oh my god, I guess, like, just for the fact that it's Seiki Tomokazu, I'm already, like, attached. But then, like, you see this fucker, like, ham up, calling everyone fucking fake, calling fucking people mongrels, wearing different outfits, like, almost every route so far. That is hilarious to me, and I love it so much. Like, he hams it up, and I'm just like, yes, daddy, ham it up even more. Like, it's just so fucking hilarious to me, and I love it, and I want more of it. Like, I guess, like, it's not even to say that he knows he's evil. I think it's just more like he just knows that he's a greedy bastard. And they're valid. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they're valid. Shinji lovers, Shinji fuckers, you guys are not valid. I'm sorry. You guys are not valid. But I do feel sympathetic for him in this one. I will say I do feel sympathetic to a point. I mean, for fuck's sake, like, nobody should be getting their fucking stump, turned into a meat monster. But I feel like that kind of goes without saying. Saber, I like Saber in this one because, again, we already got her whole story. We already got her whole story on, from the first route, so she's already like, let's get this shit rolling. And I respect that. Yeah, Arturia for the win. And yet, and I think this is probably why, the biggest reason why I feel the way I feel is because I love Rin. Like, I legitimately love Rin. Like, I want to know more about her. I want to know about her family history more. I want to know how she essentially copes with it from her point of view, not from an outsider's point of view. And I guess that's a big part of the reason why I got really frustrated in this route, because I'm just like, okay, yes, okay, yes, I don't care. Not like I don't care, but just like, I want to know about Rin. Like, let's get to know Rin. And that's why I say, like, I just love what they did with the first route, with Shiro and Saber. Like, I love that. And I wish they kind of went in as hard as they did for Rin, but I also get it. We also gotta eventually figure out where the fuck, who the fuck Archer is. Turns out he's a bad Emiya. Alright. And I get that. Like, I get that a lot of people resonate with him. You guys are valid. Like, don't let me, like, you know, let me be mean to you guys about it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that I'm just gonna, again, take a step back. And as much as I do like Shiro's behavior in this one, like, I do, like, oh my god, to be honest with you, I wish we had this Shiro in the Fate, but then again, it wouldn't be as good in Fate if it was that case. It was the case, so it's very conflicting, if you know. So let's change it up. Speaking of Emiya, like, the thing about Rin is that she is a good enough character on her own. That she is a good, like, info dump exposition speaker. She is really, really good on that. I love her, and I guess my problem is that it's like I just don't want her to be just treated as just the exposition, you know. And I think that's, again, I get too attached. I need to step back. I need to, you know, explore other things. They are very subtle, and I think that's why, for me, like I said, I really wanted to go into her head. I mean, if we need the exposition, fine, whatever. But because I think too, like, I think another thing too, I think what probably would have made Emiya's story even stronger if it was in Rin's point of view. Because someone like Rin, because when what's his name? When Emiya at the end told her, "Hey, take care of me, Tosaka," I was like, "Whoa, like what?" Didn't she? But she had this notion that she kind of knew already. I'm like, I want to learn with you, Rin. Let me get into your head. That would have been a good way. I think that would have been a better way. But again, you know, I'm sure there are artistic reasons for it, and that's just my onion. But whenever I get into Heaven's Feel, Rin, I think you'll be happy. Okay, well, like I said, for now, I just want to take a break and play Hoptical Boyfriend or whatever. But yeah, but Shiro is definitely a lot better to read in this route for sure. What else? Kyrie is Kyrie. I mean, I feel like he's pretty one note. But honestly, I love Gil. Like, Gil is such a treat. Like, honestly, nothing is wasted. No scene is wasted. No word is wasted. No insult is wasted because Gil is on screen. Did anyone tell you about Archer's history? From what I gathered about, from the visual novel itself, it seemed that a lover betrayed him, and he was butt mad about it. Or no, something happened. He defended some people, but the people turned against him, and even his lover, but they never really said who the lover is, but it's pretty implied to be Rin. Yeah, I think they basically implied it's Rin. I don't know, but if it's spoiling from Heaven's Field, I'd rather just learn it on my own from there. I know, again, like I said, that Emiya's is... Oh, it's not? Okay. Huh, much to talk about that. But, it's also, like I said, like... Well... Yeah, don't say it. I don't want it right now, because right now I feel like I'm at my most critical with this route. Like, this route is good. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's just that I'm getting greedy. And I need a break from that because I'm getting too attached. You know, when you get attached, when I read these things, I want to get attached. I don't read these things, not that I don't expect to get attached, because I know I'm the type of person who will. And that's why for me, like, I'm just like, if it's explained in Heaven's Field, then go for it. Hold on a moment. Sorry about that. Just having some trouble. Indeed, UBW elements aren't your personal fave, but you do like it generally. But you can tell things are still missing from the puzzle. Oh yes, they very much are. I think too, like, I think ultimately too is that and yeah, I guess too, like I guess, okay, let me try to organize my thoughts. So I'm trying to think. With Kiritsugu, I want to learn more about his actual relationship. Like, we've only seen it from Shiro's point of view. Now I kind of want to see it from his point of view before he died, but I'm sure I'm not going to get that until I see Zero. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, like, parse this together. Like, trying to figure out what I want to say. I'm just like, eh. No, but there are a lot of mysteries that need to be solved. There are a lot of mysteries that need to be solved. I can't really much. It's just a lot to think about because I guess another thing too is that I want to know how the fuck Sakura stays the fuck out of the way. Okay, so it's only 3 stories, Fate's Day Night and all that. Everything else are spin-offs and they're not relevant. Yikes. Okay, then. In that case, yeah. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. In you that I'm the type of another reason why I like to read original stuff, or at least the original text, or I guess the original text, I guess, is because that would theoretically have all of the information. And I also do Death of the Author too, where I don't really think about, like, I don't think so much on what the outside sources say, but if it's not inside the text, oh, guess we'll never know. You know, that's how I kind of do things, and that's how I want to write in my stories. Like, if a certain character is gay, well, guess what? She Harold, they're lesbians. You know, like, I'm not gonna say I don't want to pull. I'm gonna try my best not to pull a J.K. Rowling. Because as in the whole Death of the Author, I don't want to be I'm not transphobic. No, like I love and respect my trans friends and family. Anyways, that's neither here or there. But I also, yeah, J.K. Rowling is a whole can of worms, like, by herself. Like, I actually used her as an example of what kind of irritates me about these kinds of series. Is the whole thing with the whole, oh, you want to find out more about this character? Well, go ahead and read this outside source, or let's go ahead and read this interview. It's like, but why not in the original text? Why not the original text? Like, just stuff that shit in. And I guess that's why I really like, and again, that's why I like, 7th expansion so much. It's because of the fact that he pretty much fills it to the brim of character information and so much more. And I'm just like, yes, this is all I want. I want to know everything about the character because it's relevant to the story and the themes that they're trying to put forth. So that's why I'm just like, I really, 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 really want to learn about Rin. I want to learn more about Ilya. And, we got the story about Saber in the Fate route, so I'm good with that. And that's ultimately my problem with UBW. Like, UBW is good. It is really good. It's hype. I love Gil. You still want more Saber. Of course, because it's Saber. It's just very... Follow my Facebook to find out which background character in Book 6 had a gay crush in the 7th grade is a mentality and is so fucking funny, but so fucking bad. Like, and that's what frustrates me so much. Like, here's the thing. I'm lazy as shit. When someone says, hey, you gotta read 8 volumes of visual novels to learn about this whole entire thing, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, she does that shit. It's so fucking annoying. And, I think I see it a lot in this route at least, and that's what annoys the hell out of me. Because they're teasing that Rin, Ilya, Shinji even, Medea. They probably could have gone farther with Medea. I want to learn more about her. I want to learn more about her old master. But I'll take what I can get because she is, at the end of the day, she's still a side character. And I like that little bit with Assassin, our man of culture, basically saying, like, I'm neither real or fake. I'm in this weird in-between space. And I love that. Like, yes, Daddy, give me that. Assassin is the man of culture. Yes, he is. And if I get more when I get more subscriptions, I'm gonna upload some Fates emojis anyway. But anyway, my point being is that when they give us those droplets, I am living because I get to understand them a little bit more, even if it's just a little bit. But I didn't get that with Rin, and she's a main character, and therefore I get very frustrated and very lame. But I don't care about Emilia. I want to learn more about Rin. So that's why I feel the way I feel. What else? Assassin, yes, I love Assassin in this one. I wish we could have gotten to know more about him, but I get it, I do. At the end of the day, he's just a side character, and that's fine. Writer, F in the chat for writer. What about Issei route? Oh, I would love that. Actually, yeah, that makes me question, how the fuck did Issei, like, manage to avoid Medea? Or Medea? I would love. I like to know about. Oh, the bad ends explains it. Okay. But still, you know, like, whatever. At least they're safe. At least they're safe, and that's all that matters to me. I'm trying to think. What else to talk about? I'm trying to think. I mean, if you guys have any questions or if there's anything you want me to talk about, you know, feel free to mention it. Yeah, he's really one note so far. And like I said, I guess, like, I feel like I'm fine with that for him, for the most part, because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, at this point, the only fucking enemy Shiro has is his goddamn self. You know? That note is sexy. God bless. Yeah. Trying to think. But yeah, anything else you guys wanna talk about? I mean, it's okay if we end it early. I mean, Joji Nakata can get it. Yes, he can. Honestly, I just love the fact on how much he hams up his Kyrie. Like, the fact that he dresses up as him. We stand. We stand. Did you grasp any of the Guardian stuff? Guardians. I'm trying to think. Are you talking about, like, when, like, refresh my memory? Because I forgot, to be honest. Oh, what Archer was talking about? Yes and no. Like, sorry, I'm just trying to remember. I would Google it, but I know there's like a shit ton of spoilers, so I won't. Okay, it's extremely dense. Okay. Because I guess for face value stuff, I'm just like, well, maybe, you know, maybe he has like a guardian angel. Maybe there's like super servants, just like how there's like super meaty Shinji. I don't know. Like, that's the only thing I got, and I'm only taking it at face value. Let's see. Is there anything else? Shinji sucks. Yes, he does. But he also, like, doesn't deserve to die. Like, he deserves to have his ass beat. No, you're valid. You know, he's very, like, hard to deal with. Like, it's very disgusting. Let's see, new dawn. But honestly, yeah, Shinji's very hard to stand. He's very hard to deal with, like, on his own, because he's so. Yes, I banned you because I don't want you to be. I don't want that. I don't want you that. I don't want that ironic to become, or that. Yeah, that ironic to become unironic, Ash. I'm trying to protect you. It won't. The fuck, he's ugly. I'm kind of glad they kind of like put the orphans that Gil was using to survive underneath the table. Because, you know, that reveal was a lot. I was very frustrated about Ilya. I was sad. I was upset because one, you know, no one should have their fucking heart ripped out. But also, like, I also kind of feel like maybe I'm reading too much into this. Yeah, about, you know, they killed her and then they're like, yeah, by the way, she and Brookfoot bonded out in the cold, and that's all you get. And it's like, okay, thanks, I guess? Like, I want to learn, I guess, like, yeah, I really want to learn more about Ilya and the way she grew up, but obviously with her heart being fucking ripped out, that's never gonna fucking happen. I mean, you did allude to Heavensfield being basically better for Rin and Ilya overall, so we shall see. We shall see what happens. But as of this route, I mean, like I said, it's just kind of funny to me how it almost feels backwards. So the stories are in pieces and some are front and backloaded in the VN. Yeah. Like, I just think it's kind of funny, and I think it's interesting the way they do this. That they really introduced her story a little bit in the Fate route with that unfortunate CG that still, like, haunts me. But then they do this one, and that would have been the perfect time almost to kind of like to put in that whole Herc, the Brickfoot, and Ilya to kind of be like, oh, okay, to start building up that trust between the reader. There she is, officer. Oh no, don't arrest me. Please, arrest Hero. But, what gets me is the fact that they didn't really like give us a chance to bond with Ilya again. Only to just be like, yeah, by the way, she actually has a really fucked up childhood, like more fucked up than being the fucking Holy Grail, the Holy Grail personified and all that. And it's like, oh, thanks, I guess, you know. It's worse in the anime adaptations because it's only one route. That's so fucking ass. Like, holy shit. Like, that is so fucking stupid. Like, why would you do that? Like, I guess it kind of. Like, how can I guess, like, if someone else who actually grew super attached to Ilya from the first round and went, oh boy, I can't wait to learn more about Ilya in the second route, and it's like you get fucking nothing but like a fucking small ass interlude in the visual novel route. It's like oh, thanks for nothing. And it's so, like, frustrating because, like I said, like, I want to get to know Idia more. I want to get to know Rin more. I want, especially Rin, because Rin definitely has a lot of deep stuff. But I'm lazy. Like, god damn it, I'm lazy. Put it in the whole thing. And, you know, don't make me work for it because I'll telling you one thing. I'm already, like, working towards Fate Stream 0 and that sequel VN that I think you guys, I think Laura recommended to me. So indeed, Ilya just comes and goes in UBW. So if you just watch UBW, she isn't even an element, right? And that doesn't like. It's just so like frustrating, and I think that's another thing too. Is like and I think that's another thing too. Is like this whole thing of fucking Emiya, like yeah, I'm gonna get Berserker, I'm gonna get Brickfoot. And then, and then he's like, JK, I'm just here to kill Shiro this whole fucking time. And it's like, huh? Same for Arturia. Well, to be fair, I guess in regards to that, I understand why they did what they did, because with Arturia, maybe she doesn't realize it, but maybe she, you know, her story, her wish is being granted, that she gets to live the dream over and over. And it's so... I mean, unlike Shiro, which apparently you can keep getting gold, I guess, that you can, like, what they were doing, if they were to basically do it with Arturia, then it's like, well, you know, there's no room for other stuff. There's no other stuff for that, and it's like... I guess the question would be, where would you go with Arturia at that point? So what they did with her is fine. Like, I don't, like, I already know a lot about her from the Fate route, but the UBW, I could definitely see why it's the most hype. But for me personally, it's also the most frustrating, as I've been saying a lot. I think he did, yes. I think he did say that it was a time loop. Or at least... Because it does seem that... in the... Whatchamacallit... In Emiya's world, he definitely does seem to be repeating some things. Like, he's able to... There are gears and time and swords. I don't think he outright said it was a... I don't think he outright said it was a time loop, but more of a... you know, oh, what do I think it is? So I think it's definitely a time loop. I personally think it's a time loop. So, as far as any theories go, not really. I guess I'm just kind of for how the story is presented. I'm just kind of going with the flow with this one, because I know if I think too hard on this, I'm probably gonna lose my damn mind. I don't do well with time travel stories. Like I said, Higurashi and Umaneko's explained using their own different framing devices, and I like and appreciate that. So that's why I'm just choosing to go with the flow on this one. Just because, like, I want to learn more. And so... I'm just trying to think of the right way to say this. Probably just more of, like, I just feel like maybe the yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna go with the flow with how it's presented, because I'm sure the twist will reveal itself in Heaven's Feel, unless there's more shit to go through, and I'm just got not going to do that because I'm a lazy shit. Because like I said, aside from the Fate Stay Night Zero, yeah, so I want to be on my top game when I read Heaven's Feel. So like I said, I want to be fair to you guys and I want to be fair to myself. So that's why I do what I do. I do what I do, and I'm stepping back just so I can have a better perspective and just not be and basically appreciate it more. So I really, really cannot wait for Heaven's Feel. As far as the time loop goes, or if it is a time loop, I should say, then yeah, no, definitely. I'll just go with the flow because usually time travel is so tricky to do. It's so tricky to do. I don't do it myself. I don't do time travel stories myself. I'm confused enough as it is. No need to make it worse. Just putting on some chapstick. Yep, I actually am planning to play Multiple Boyfriend during the week, and Ace Attorney, then the second game since I finished the first game last week. But I'm also going to take a holiday break, not just for Christmas, but for New Year's too. You know, just spending time with some family, or just spending time with the boyfriend, really. Yes, the burb. I've actually been really wanting to play Multiple Boyfriend for like the longest time. So it's like, I really want to crack down on it, and I think that's a good, like, you're so hype. Yes, tell all your burb friends, Ash. Tell all the burbs. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can find that one person again. I think I told them one time that I was gonna be playing it, and I'll let them know. So I'll wanna let them know. Yeah, I don't want to burn out, so I'm gonna take a break. And also, I'm working on my revision for my novel. I'm aiming to have it finished by the end of January, hopefully, if the gods and goddesses are willing to help me get there, to finish, so I can start querying again and send my book out and hopefully get it sold and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I like the series. UBW just kind of irritated me. But Gil is such a treat. It's such a treat. I'll be honest with you. It was Rin and Gil that really kept me going. And of course you guys, but as far as the novel itself, it was mostly Rin and it was Gilgamesh that really kept me going. Now he's so good, and I just love him. I love him so much. He's so funny to me. He's so hammy, and and like I said, I'm not usually a villain fucker, but holy fuck, you know? But yeah, Ace Attorneys will be on the weekend, but if you're watching this concurrently, and there are, you can just like, just know and understand that I do like the game, and you know, just go ahead and go to the Heaven's Feel, whatever. But if you're waiting for the Heaven's Feel, just be patient. I appreciate your patience and your time. I really, like, honestly, I really am so glad that Fate is the one that started my streaming journey. Visual novels is not something new to me. I really appreciate it in you. Like, I love you so much. I love you. I love everybody here. And whoever's watching it. But I definitely am so grateful that Fates is what got me to finally start streaming. Because apparently my reactions are really fun. And honestly, like, I'm really glad I started this. Like, I really am. And I really hope that you guys will always be there and, you know, to watch me. I know visual novels by itself is a very niche genre, much less like certain series like Fate, like the Birds and all this and that. But to be honest with you, like I really want to make things comfy. I want to make things fun. I love interacting with you guys the most. Like, this has been, you know, quarantine has been fucking awful, and it's probably going to keep going because of how things are. But I don't regret streaming. You know, don't ever think that, yes, I may be frustrated with the Fates right now, but it's not because I hate the game. Yeah, it's really awful. Yes, take my break. I gotta look out for the me. Yep, I really do, Ash, but, you know, I've always loved visual novels. I always loved games. I love anime games, obviously. And other games, of course, and all this and that. But my goal really is to be comfy and to create, you know, is to be comfy. And maybe even do this full time. Like, I really would like to do this full time. That would be amazing. But for right now, I just want to provide a blip of comfort in this shitty time. That's my goal, and I can't do this when I'm feeling so frustrated as I am. So I really hope you don't take, you know, those out there watching like the VOD or whatever, take it personally that I don't want to do Heaven's Feel. I want to do it, but I don't want to burn out. And I don't want you guys to be less entertained. I want you guys to be entertained. That's what I want. That's what I want my job to be. I want to entertain you guys. So, yeah. So anyways, any more questions? Or anything else you want me to talk about? Or... Okay, we're good? Okay. So thank you guys for joining me. And we'll go ahead and call it a day then, because I don't really have much else to say. I mean, I'll still be in the Discord. I'll be wishing, you know, holiday wishes and all that in the chat. So if you're able to, that's fine. You know, feel free to talk. Feel free to chat. Feel free to, you know, engage. You know, that's what the Discord's there for. But other than that, I love you guys so much. Happy holidays. And stay safe, stay warm. More importantly, stay you. Bye. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Bye.